It is the most powerful time to manifest. It is spring equinox, and I will just say, I used to be a big New Year's resolution girl. And last year I couldn't do it. I had some things that came up that pushed it out of the way. And so I decided, I'm going to do my intention setting on spring equinox. And let me tell you, I got an entire year's worth of goals done in 3 months. It was insane. And yes, at the end of those 3 months, I felt like I had run 15 marathons in a row. So it was intense. So I'm just going to say, be careful what you ask for. But what I realized is that as a collective, every time we go and we're starting to try to set a New Year's resolution in the dead of winter, after weeks of running around, prepping for the holidays and celebrating and eating and drinking and being merry, it's just not the time. We need to relax and recover from what we just went through. So this is my new thing that I'm doing because I found that it was such a game changer. Not only did I accomplish everything on my list, which let me just tell you, I never used to do. I would do my New Year's resolutions, and every year I would have this little grief party because, oh no, once again, I didn't, measure up, or I didn't complete everything that I wanted to do. Well, I did this time, and it was amazing. It was so magical and so powerful. So I'm going to share with you what I do. And the hope is not that you do exactly what I do, but that you might use this as an invitation to starting to do things a little differently in your life, and maybe using this beautiful start of spring to manifest what you want to experience in your life, and really using the flow of nature to help encourage, inspire, and support you in your journey. So what I have done, I got this lovely little journal years ago. So what I like to do is I like to write on one page everything I'm grateful for. So I will write from the year previous every single thing that I'm grateful for. And on the next page, I'll write everything that I want to manifest. And here's what I will say about setting goals or intentions. It's really powerful if you can ask for clear, simple, concrete things that are actionable. It is easy to ask for things that are way outside of the realm of our control and our ability to do anything about it. And when it comes to setting goals, we don't want to just set some airy-fairy idea that we can't accomplish, and then we beat ourselves up for not being able to accomplish. So for example, instead of saying something like, I want to lose 20 pounds, because you have no idea the goal weight your body needs or requires, or what your body might be going through, but you could set an intention like, I want to exercise 5 times a week for 30 minutes. Or I want to start adding a salad in every single day. So something concrete, something actionable. I've written things on my list that I'm like, oh, darling, how did you expect to solve a lifetime's worth of like wounding and healing in a single year? Some of these things that we're dealing with, we are going to be dealing with for our entire lives. So try, if you can, to make your intentions, your goals, actionable and something you can do something about. What this does is, yes, it allows you to accomplish things more easily, but you will actually make progress on much bigger things in your life when you are able to give yourself an actionable goal. And that is huge. Bring it back into a more clear, actionable place. Now, that is not to say that you can't manifest or intend or have a goal for something huge and giant and outside the realm of what you even know to be possible. I love those goals. Those are amazing, and we need those in our lives, but we need both. What I do with those giant big goals is I actually just give those to the universe. I will have a list where I say, this is stuff that I want to accomplish. I have no idea how I'm going to get there. I am going to spend some time every day imagining that world where I am living that reality, that bigger than life, amazing, life-changing reality. But I'm going to put it on a universal list, a list where the universe is going to help me and support me, and a list where I am just open to any possible outcome, because the truth is that some of the most amazing things that happen in life, we are not in control of. We could not plan, we could not solve, we could not figure out. So I love having some sort of universal list where the things that we want to achieve that are huge and giant and powerful are somewhere, and we are setting intentions for them, and we are making space for them. And we are also remembering it's not our job to bring it into fruition. And I like those intentions to be a little vague. And I don't want to get in my own way and limit myself, because the truth is that sometimes the universe can bring us things that are much bigger and more powerful and more special and better for us than we ever could have intended. So with those bigger than life things, try to go a little soft, be a little bit general, and ask for help from the universe. Now, back to your list for this spring equinox. So again, I want you to set intentions and goals for things that you can do something about. Make it practical. Make it something that is, that you can check off the list at the end of a year. And look, let me be real. I hope it takes a year for your goals to accomplish, because last year I set a year's worth of intentions and got it in 3 months, and that was exhausting. So the other thing you want to track is, can you ask for less, right? Can you give more of yourself to fewer things? Because a lot of times if you were here and you were glancing through my book, you would notice that the first few years I did this, I asked for like 50 things, and big things, giant things. And what I've learned is I might only request 3, 10 things max, like sometimes way less than that. Sometimes I just even set an intention for how I want to feel, right? Okay, this next period of time, I really want to experience the energy of receiving, or I really want to experience the energy of creation. It's okay to have a single word also. You don't have to micromanage what goes on, but it can be really, really helpful for you to just take a little time, write out what it is that you want, really set it in stone and say, this is what I'm working on creating. Allow yourself to have actions that you can do something about, that you can see progress in, that are achievable goals. Now, what I like to do is get a little grounded first. If we've been moving in our daily lives and just doing our routines, sometimes we get stuck in the inertia of the way we always have done things. And so what I like to do is just break from the norm. So I will take myself out, go for a little walk, go ground in nature a little bit, see the sun, see the birds, just let myself kind of feel the connection to something bigger than myself. Then I'll come in, I'll meditate for a few minutes, grab my notebook, write down everything I'm grateful for, and I'll grab my calendar, because sometimes it's hard to remember what we're grateful for or what we did. And I will write out things that I did, things I accomplished, wins. I'll also write lessons. If I went through something challenging, instead of just writing this challenging thing, I'll say what I learned from that challenge, so that I am looking at creating. I'm in a space of creation, gratitude, lightness, love. It's a really beautiful place to create from. And then I'll switch over and I'll write out my intention or my goal list. And again, keeping in mind how long you want to give yourself to achieve those things, a year, 3 months, a month. I have found that the way that the universe has been moving lately, I set a much shorter timeline for myself. So I actually am now starting to do quarterly goal setting, because a year just feels like I don't even know who we as a collective are going to be in a year, let alone who I'm going to be individually. So give yourself a shorter time frame if that feels right to you. So the next thing that I will do after I've set my intentions is that then I will move these intentions into action, meaning that whatever the meaningful action is that goes along with this intention, I will either put it in my calendar or I'll put it in my task list. So if I am intending to work out 5 days a week, I'm going to schedule those workouts in my calendar for the time that I've set the intention on. So, I'll set a recurring event for every, Monday through Friday at 6 a.m. to do this activity. And yes, I can change them and evolve them and shift them, but I want to know that they're in there, and I want to see action that accompanies my intention. If it's something that's bigger and I can't calendar it, I might say, okay, great, I'm going to take 2 hours to start to plan the vacation that I'm going to take next year, or whatever it is. So you want to actually move these insights, move these goals, move these intentions into some sort of meaningful action for yourself. And then once I've done that, I put this little puppy away. I am not a goal babysitter. It's not my job to constantly look at my goals. And I will say, there are a lot of people who like to do that. They will look at their goals every morning and every night. And if that is you, fantastic. You have to do what works for you. Personally, I like a little magic. I like to put it away. I like to set a couple things in motion, and then I like to put it away and just allow the universe to help me achieve these goals. And I have found that to be a really helpful process. So You have a little structure now for setting your goals and intentions on this beautiful spring equinox. I hope that you have as a successful year as I had last year, and that you enjoy the goal setting in the springtime as everything is starting to wake up rather than when we're really still in that restorative place. I would love, love, love to hear how this goes for you. Leave me a comment, share what your experience is like. Life is so much better shared together, and if I can celebrate you or support you in any way, I am happy to do it. Happy spring equinox, have a happy goal setting, and I will talk to you soon.